Hello, sir. I like your videos. They are very helpful. Your speech is so clear. I understand everything you say. But when I'm trying to watch a movie or when I hear someone else speaking English, I don't understand. Let me put this here. Can you see this? I love it. Now, this is a message that I received from one of the subscribers. And I want to thank you, Ganesh, for your feedback and for raising this interesting question. Now, let me answer this. First of all, Ganesh and everyone, you can clearly understand what I am saying because I do not speak like this. Knowledge is powerful but powerless if you've got it and you don't know how to acknowledge it. The videos on Fluency First are designed for English language learners. So I try as much as possible to simplify when explaining something. And I also speak slowly. Now, if I speak like how they speak in movies, would you still be able to understand me? Maybe you would be able to understand some of what I say, but probably not everything. Knowledge is powerful, but powerless if you've got it and you don't acknowledge it. Can you understand what I've just said? If you can, then comment below in the comment section what you heard. But if you couldn't, don't worry. I'm gonna break it down to you. First thing you have to do is do not try to hear each and every word in the sentence. Rather, focus on the main message. Now, you might be thinking, okay, great, but how do I know what the main message is? The answer to this question is from the stressed words. Let me explain what I mean. Just like every word has a stress. For example, we say watermelon. We don't say watermelon, do we? Similarly, every statement has main words. And these main words carry the message and they are stressed. Let me give you an example. I'll call you later. The stressed words are call and later. Now let's see if this point is clear enough. Now I'll say a sentence and I want you to try to guess what the stressed words are. Would you like to pay in cash or by card? Alright, so the stressed words here are pay, cash, and card. Were you able to pick these words? If you could, that is great. And that means that you got the main message of the sentence. Okay, but how about the rest of the words? Aren't they important? Should we just ignore them completely? No, not really. Of course they are important, but let's try to think about it this way. Some words are more important than others. Speaking of which, here we come to the second important factor to focus on. And this is chunks. Chunk is like a piece of something, right? And I have already spoken about how important it is to listen to, repeat, and learn chunks of speech. If you can identify these chunks, that will make it easy for you to understand people talking. Most of the grammar forms also come in chunks, like would you like, and that's by the way from the previous example, would you like to pay in cash or by card? Let's take another example for chunks. I should have. You need to memorize this piece, repeat it and try to use it. I should have. I have never. These are called chunks. Big pieces. You don't need to understand why I use I, have, never, or etc., etc. Now, there is another important factor that you need to understand, and let's call it the weak form. By now, you have learned that there are some words that are given more emphasis or stress in the sentence. Let's call them strong words. The other words that are not stressed, let's call them weak forms. Why do we even have to talk about them? I mean, if they do not convey a message. That's because even though, yes, they do not carry the message, but being able to hear them will make your life easier. And here is why. When we speak fast, the way these small, weak forms, unstressed words sound change. So the sound of these weak forms change. For example, the word you becomes y. The letter H in he becomes silent. Sometimes we say I. The preposition to will sound more like t. For will sound like f. And will sound like n. But, bt, etc., etc. Now listen to these examples. I'll call you later. What's he doing at your place? This painting is drawn in black and white colors. Did you hear all these weak forms? Again, you don't have to focus on them much, but knowing they exist and knowing how they sound make it easier to understand native speakers. Now let's go back to the last example. This painting is drawn in black and white colors. Now I want you to listen to these words. Painting is, drawn in. Sound like one word to you or like separate words? I'll repeat again. Painting is, drawn in, black and white. Now let's put that sentence back together. This painting is drawn in black and white. Now what you have heard is called connected speech. They are separate words, but when we speak fast, they sound as if they are one big word. Actually, there is a rule for this, and I don't want you to focus too much on the rule, but I'll spit it out anyway. When there are pairs of words ending in consonant sound and starting in a vowel sound, they are joined together. Black and white. We don't say black and white. Black and white. Sometimes sounds at the end of the word could be removed. Like, we don't say good day, we say good day. We don't say old man, we say old man. We don't say these shoes, we say these shoes. We don't say I don't know, we say I don't know. Other examples of how some start. We don't say excuse me, in some cases we say it, but usually we say excuse me. We don't say of course, we say of course. Sometimes the word can even be removed at all. We don't say that's fine, we say it's fine. Last but not least, in the English language we use contractions everywhere it's possible. And I advise you to do the same. The more you use them in your speech, the easier they will become for you to identify them. You can start right now. Just repeat after me. I don't know what I'd do without Mu'adh. There you go. Well done. These tips should help you understand fast speech. To understand more advanced speech, though, you also need to know phrasal verbs and idioms. But about that, we will talk in our next video. Thank you for watching and peace out.